All right, welcome back to the channel, folks. Today we're going to show you how you can take a goof up like I did here one day working on old chuck roast. He was supposed to be like this here, and but the wood gave away, and so I had to shave off his whole face, and part of the hat came off. And it was just one of those days that you probably should have stayed in bed. But anyway, I'm going to show you how we can still salvage this rough out, because rough outs are not cheap. So I think it'd be a good way to show you that you can salvage a rough out from the box. Again, remember now, this is he had a brim hat, okay, and now he doesn't. And so we're going to kind of make this into a floppy hat on him. And so we got enough here yet to still make a good facial features on him. And so anyway, so that's what we had to do. We had to shave all that off and start over again. So that just happens once in a while. Okay, so we're going to take our V-tool here, and we're going to, his hat's going to be kind of sitting on sideways, kind of off kilter. And so we're just going to come in here and let's just see what happens. I really don't have a plan in my mind, so sometimes that's the best. When I'm overthinking things, that's when things don't work out. And we have those days. And so again, we're setting. Some of you are asking, well, how do you set a head into the hat? Well, that's what we're doing here. And as you see, as I'm taking this wood away from the top, we're shortening the face some. But then we're going to put that face back into that hat here in just a little bit. But we got to get our boundary lines established here. All right, so now we're going to take our knife and we're going to start taking this back here and putting it toward the hat. And we're going to revisit this hat with a number 9 gouge here, and we're going to really set this back in here. And I know that looks odd right now, but it's going to come around in a little bit, because we're salvaging this piece, because I don't want to throw this out. There's still a lot of good wood on this guy, and so we're just going to make this guy happen if we can. Trying to give it just a little bit of a rim to the hat. Placing my thumb on top of his hat here to give me better control. And now I'm going to take my knife and we're going to really shave this back a little bit. Set that hat back. You get to carving here and I get out of frame. Okay, so we kind of get an idea of where we're going to go with this now. And so let's start working on the facial features here a little bit. And poor old guy, he's been through it, I tell you. Going to sink in the face a little bit to where we can have a little bit more of a hat exposed there. So you can see this is wider. So we need to come over here and widen this. And you do that there by taking your knife and taking more off the side. And taking your V-tool, cleaning up this area. All right, so let's take our pencil here, kind of give you an idea where we're heading. This is, again, this is the center of the face. It's right about here. We're going to put, I'm thinking maybe put a little hair, some hair coming down. Right there would be the nose, and of course this will be the mouth area. All right, so I'm going to come in here, try to create pretty close to a 90-degree angle for his face. And that's why when I create a rough out, I try to put a lot of meat on this to where you can, and I do too. I even change up my rough outs and make them different. But this here happened by mistake or by accident when we was working on him. And I mean, the wood gave away. Okay, so right about in here, we're going to start with our eye planes. And sometimes when one project doesn't work out, go to do something else. And so that helps. All right, put our stop cut in, our rocking cut there in. For the bottom of the nose, just rock it back and forth the best you can there. Make that stop cut right there. Remember to sink in the temples. Try to keep that head up into that hat there. This reminds me of one of Mike Shipley's earlier hillbillies. That old floppy hat. Didn't have much of a rim to it, a brim to it. Okay. Let's take our gew gouge now and let's put in our 2 cuts on both sides of the nose. Well, you're going to have a narrow nose there. Working that forehead down. Okay, now I'm going to try to split his forehead here. Then we're going to take our, let's take our knife and let's set that forehead back a little bit more. And back to the hat. Trying to fit this face where it'd be more central on the body, since we had to remove a lot of wood, because we had a complete face on here and my knife gave away, or the wood gave away, and off she went. But that's why we want to try to save this piece and turn it into a piece that we can salvage and be tickled with. Okay, now we're going to have to come back in here and revisit our nose area right here. All right, now I'm going to come in and put our smile lines in, because we definitely need a plane here, a dental plane, because our face has issues. It's got a flat face. And so we're going to create this dental mound, hopefully, that will help us by creating around this. I come in here now, put our smile line cuts in. Okay. It wants to give away still. Isn't that crazy? But that's all right. We're going to work through this. Boy, we have got a nose and a half here. I may have to take, we're just going to keep a truck in here. Okay, so we're going to come in here. I'm going to shorten this side even shorter than I drew there. Going to go right up through here. Create the temples. We're going to start over there on that nose because I just don't like that nose, folks. And neither does he. He just gave me that look like, what are you doing to me, Van? There we go. That's getting there. We're getting there. All right, now I'm going to bring this cheek more out like that. It takes time to repurpose something. And I'm trying to repurpose, give this thing a purpose. And we're getting there. Okay, so I'm about ready now to put in the top lip. And so let's draw it in first. You think he's happy? We hope so. Okay, let's come in now with our 3/16 V. Put in the top lip. There, that was really bothering me. All right, so let's come down here. He's already got a lip right there, look like the high part of his lip, and so we're gonna and I think we ought to do smiling eyes on this guy. Now again, you may say, well, man, that lip is a little bit big. Again, folks, make everything as big as possible if you can, because you can always reduce it down. Because I can't put these chips back on. And so now I'm going to take my little knife here and we'll start getting rid of these ridges that's on his cheeks and soften. Turn a little bit. Get rid of that ridge there. That ridge just about went bye-bye. This grain is crazy. But anyway, we're going to take our time. Okay, so now we're going to come in here and take a little U-gouge. This is about a number 2. And I'm going to make a soft arrow. And remember, this is the deepest part of your eye. Is here next to the nose, where the tear duct and all that is. I'm going to have to turn, come to the outer side with the same cut, a soft arrow. Again, be careful, don't break out the side. Just take your time through here. Okay, let's join those 2 arrows by taking our U-gouge and joining those 2 like so. Okay. Well, I don't know about you all, but I'm liking him. He's getting there. He's looking a lot better than he sure did a while ago. Okay, let's revisit this side of the eye. And we're almost down to the finish as far as we're going to go on this guy this evening, but just to salvage a face that has gave away on you when you was working on it. And it's going to happen. You're going to have those days. And so just sometimes you have to walk away or think about it. But again, don't throw any of your rough outs away. You never know. You may walk by it one day and say, that's it right there. That's what I need to do with him or her of your rough outs. Okay, so now we're going to have to come in with our 1/8 tool here, 1/8 tool, and we're going to make our eye sockets a little deeper to where we can create the lid, to where we can split them, create the upper and the lower lid. Okay, and it creates depth there. And also it helps create that center mound where the eyeball would be. Right there is where the eyeball would be. Let me get a pencil and show you. Right about in here. Okay, because the center of your eye lines up, it should line up with the corners of your mouth, you know. And so, but anyway, now we're going to come in and pencil in the eyelid, the upper and the lower. Got a piece right there we got to get rid of. Okay, just eye it the best that you can to try to get the lids to match one another the best you can. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife here using the very tip of the knife, and I'm going to not go very deep at first, but I'm going to use the tip and go right on that pencil line. Okay, start again. Using that tip, I'm cutting the fibers of the wood. All right, now you may have to do it 2 or 3 times, but I did it twice, and let's just see how it goes. It just about went. But anyway, hey, looky there. We got a smiling, I mean, he's a happy guy now there, at least on that side of the face, right? Okay, so we're going to do the same thing over here. Remember, Van, to breathe, breathe, breathe. Get the tip in there. Now, we can all breathe. Bring out the smiling lines from the side. It's only a face a mother would love. Now, right in here, you can see, I mean, it looks like he's got a huge chest, and so we'll, maybe later on in another video, we'll lessen this chest down, take the thickness out of here. But now we got a couple of things here to do before we wrap up this part of salvaging this rough out from the scrap box. Now, I want to show you how you can put, I think a little bit of hair up here will really make him, you know, even more. Now again, turn your carvings, look at it every which way you can. If you see a high point, you know, whatever, just try to take care of it. All right, we're going to have to open up the mouth a little bit. Now you don't have to, but again, I tell you, I like giving my carving's a little bit of action. And again, I'm just taking my knife and opening up that mouth. And see, that even gave him a happier look when we did that. Let's come up here. Let's visit the brow area. That bone that we have there that stands out further on us than women. And some of you asked if we could do a video of a woman before long, and we're going to be doing that. Trying to get the kinks worked out right now. Okay. Let's take our number 12. Let's put in the eyebrow hair. Just a hint. You don't have to be, you know, just enough there. All right. Now let's come up here and we're going to put in, we got a few minutes here, and so we're going to just come in here. And sometime down the road, I've got an idea about putting the hair covering the one eye. So we take our knife and we just kind of split those hairs there and relieve that a little bit. Yeah. So right in here, and right here, and square things up. And I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. This here needs to be a little deeper, a little wider. Needs to match this eye over here. All right. So anyway, that's how you can salvage a face. And we'll work on this hat here a little later on and get all this guy worked up to where you can still use him as a very nice piece. And I'm just tickled that he turned out the way he did. Sometimes it takes a lot of trial and a lot of error, and but keep at it. Don't get discouraged. Like I said, sometimes you have to walk off from it or do something different. So folks, we completed our project on this guy here of salvaging his face. And so thank you for watching today, and happy carving, and keep your tools buff, and we'll see you real soon.